In this video, I want to show you how to do this heel turn that I call the easy Lithuanian heel turn. The reason I think it's easy is because a lot of times when you turn the heel on a sock, you have to stop in the middle of the row and do what we call short rows. Anytime you stop in the middle of the row and turn, that's a short row. And they're used for a lot of different things, and turning the heel of a sock is one. In this one, you go all the way across on every row, even for this corner in the heel turn. So what I want to show you here is how that works. We're going to split the stitches into sections. You can see here where these lines are that we've got a section on each side and the section in the middle. Now, the way this pattern's set up, the way this particular heel turn pattern set up, you can do it two ways. You can have a quarter of your heel stitches here, a quarter here, and half in the middle. And that makes a pretty wide curved heel, or you can have a third, and a third, which would bring these lines in a little bit and you'd get a little bit deeper, pointier heel. So it's up to you which way you want. I have it written a certain way that I did it in the pattern, but if you have a quarter, and a half, you get a wider, shorter heel turn. If you have a third, a third, you get a deeper, narrower heel corner. And you can easily change that however you want when you knit the heel turn. So this is what it looks like done in the two colors. I'm going to show you it on one color just so that we can concentrate on the shaping and not the colors. What's cool about this heel turn is you can keep doing the pattern stitch that you're in. You don't have to change the stockinette stitch or one color or anything for it. So you can keep your fabric going. So I'm going to keep working in heel stitch as I have set up here. What I'm going to do is I've split mine into thirds, and I had 16 stitches, so I have 5, 5, and 6 because it didn't work exactly into thirds. So I just made it work close. Close is good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease every row on the outside of the markers. So these stitches in the middle will stay just how they are, and I'm going to decrease every row, right side and wrong side, until I have one stitch left here and one stitch here. So since I have 6 in the middle, I'm going to end up with 8 for the final heel. Okay, so let me just show you how to do that. We're just going to go in our regular pattern, whatever we were doing, slip one, knit one, whatever, till we get to this first marker, the 2 stitches before it, and we're going to knit those together. So regular knit 2 together, right slanting decrease, slip the marker, then just continue as the pattern set. So I'm looking at this, I'm up to a knit on my heel stitch, slip, knit, slip. If you're working on color A, color B, you just do color A, color B. You just keep going and whatever it was. Okay, now when I get past that second marker, I'm going to do SSK. So that's slip 1 knitwise, slip 1 knitwise. Insert the left needle into the front of them and I knit them together through the back. Okay, and then finish my pattern as it's set, knit 1, slip 1, knit 1. Now remember, we're going to do decreases on the back also. So our wrong side row is going to be in pattern, so I always slip that first stitch. Then I purl across for heel stitch. Oh, I'm up to that point already. It goes really fast. I mean, usually you have more than 16 stitches, so it goes a little slower. But now here I've got my 2 stitches, so I'm going to do SSP. So let me show you how to do that. Slip 1 knitwise, slip 1 knitwise. That turns the stitches around. Then I slide them without turning them again back onto the left needle, and here's the tricky part. I have to insert my right needle into those 2 stitches in the back from left to right. So I have to always move my knitting to do that. Then I complete it as a regular purl. It's purl 2 together through the back loop, only we've turned our stitches around first so that we don't get a twisted decrease. Then I purl across the stitches between my markers. Nothing special here, regular purls. And then after the second marker, split my yarn there a little. After the second marker, I do a regular purl 2 together. And this is in the instructions in the pattern for the Rumšiškės in summer sock and any sock I use this on, so you don't have to memorize it. I find it's easy to memorize, but you can see now we only have 3 stitches left on each side. We started with 5, so one more time and they'll be gone. What happens is, you can see it really clearly here with the colors. The decreases, our marker would be right here, And so the decreases go right there, and that disappears and makes a little triangle. The center stitches go right around the curve. On the other side, the decreases are right there. There's that little triangle where we decrease. Then when we're done, we'll be ready to go back to knitting in the round on the foot.